Oh, check it out. Who's joining us?
Uncle Goo.
Uncle
We're so
Goo.
much further away now.
Can you hear us?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Can you hear us? It's harder to see who's joining us, all that shit, you know.
And we're live.
And you got to like reach all the way across the room. Boing.
So I was just singing my new parody song. It goes like this: when the clock strikes 12, 12 and 12. When the clock strikes 12, we'll jump off the shelf. We can't figure out how to program our VCR. We can't figure out. We're totally retarded. We can't figure out how to program our VCR. Hold on. We can move this a little bit.
Let me see.
It's a joke about VCRs and how nobody knows how to program them. So I found this photo.
The kids, I bet you they don't have a program at all anymore.
So this is the photo of the day. It's what's her name? Jillian.
Tell them what to look up to if they were to look it up on their own.
Jillian Anderson.
Jillian
Anderson whale tail.
Whale tail.
Yeah.
Man, I hear whale tail and I think of like a real fat lady. Like
well, it's just the look of the
big ass. You know?
Just the look of the G-string.
Really? That's all? That's what whale tail comes from?
Yeah, just somebody's G-string popping up. It looks
I thought it was a fat
whale.
lady's butt showing, like the top part of her butt showing like a tail of a whale, because whales are huge. That's always what I thought.
This is the first. I haven't heard about whale tail as much until recently.
I guess it's whenever I heard the word, I didn't like go into it like, oh, tell me about a whale tail. That wasn't an interest of mine at the time. At the time, but now, man, I'm totally into whale tails. What am I looking for? Here, Peter. What do you say? Yeah, there's a whole subreddit for it. I guess that makes sense. There's a subreddit for everything, right? Man. Okay.
What's your favorite subreddit?
Yeah, what's your favorite subreddit?
Post in the comments. Sup, Fat?
Fat Swalski.
We're all leaving in the comments what our favorite subreddit is.
Cringetopia. Oh, he already.
Oh, yeah.
He responded quick. You showed me Cringetopia.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Man, that's where I saw that. What was it? The PETA thing? The PETA violence against somebody.
The animal rights activist.
Shit, I don't remember.
What was the saying? Violence against animals is
hip hop heads.
Hip hop heads. What's that one about? Just hip hop fans?
I'm betting. Like sneakerheads.
Have you been to
what else we got?
Reddit.com?
R squared circle.
Oh yeah, for wrestling. I know what that is. Have you been to Reddit.com/OkBuddyRetard? That's a good comedy page. Okay, Buddy Retard.
I've never heard of that.
It's hard to explain what it is. It's like it's comedy. It's all satire. It's basically people just pretending like they're really stupid and young, and I don't know. It's almost just shit that doesn't even make sense.
People pretending like they're stupid and young?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, retard.
Yeah, you gotta look at it. So we're excited because we're about to have our first in-person guest. Oddly satisfying. That's a good one. Oddly. Our first in-person guest on the 10th. That's not this coming up Wednesday, but the one following.
Yeah. But this coming up Wednesday is his birthday.
So you can all wish him a happy birthday. He's about to turn 75 years old. I don't know how old he's not 75. I don't know. But we're going to have comedian Jay Ward on the show. So that's real exciting, guys.
He's a really funny guy, I think. I like him a lot.
Yeah, real good, real good guy, good comedian, balloon animal expert, Santa Claus impersonator.
Yeah, Santa Claus impersonator. Man, I saw that. It was your first booked mic.
Yep.
This what was it? December?
Yep.
Yeah,
Christmas show.
it was Christmas themed, and his fucking Santa was hilarious. It was,
yeah,
man. I wish I could remember. I don't want to tell his jokes.
No, I don't know any.
But it was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me think. I was like, why isn't he always playing Santa? This guy's great.
Why isn't he always
Like, why don't they
Santa?
always have like every fucking like adult, Christmas themed party for like drunk college girls and shit? Like, he could be making bank off that shit. Like
For drunk college girls,
because they're gonna be the ones that are like, let's get Santa over here, like a bunch of dumb sorority chicks, We'll sit on Santa's lap, just stupid fucking shit like that. Girls are gonna do that. They get drunk and they want to act stupid. So you got to get Santa there.
So you heard it here.
Those naughty girls nice.
You heard it on television for the Smartarded. Girls are stupid. And they want to get drunk and be sluts.
I didn't say be sluts. They just want to sit on Santa's lap.
It was a strong implication.
They just want to be naughty. That's it. They want to see how far they can take it with Santa before they get on his naughty list.
Those dumb fucking bitches.
But yeah, man, he can make some bank off that. I think gets him with the right rich ass sororities.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get Santa.
All right, we're gonna have everyone has spoken.
Oh man,
the audience has spoken.
We got to get Santa. At some point, we got to get Jay Ward and Santa.
Yeah, at the same time. We're gonna have like a Flintstones situation where he's running back and forth. The old classic sitcom, take a girl out on 2 dates, or take 2 girls out on a single date. No, Mrs. Doubtfire. Remember that scene, Mrs. Doubtfire?
The Flintstones. I was like, what?
Now, the reason I said Flintstones is because there's this one episode of Boy Meets World where that happens, where Corey has to be at a WrestleMania and at Topanga's Sweet 16 birthday party on the same night, so he has to run back and forth. And they keep on doing an analogy to the Flintstones of some episode that supposedly had the same thing happen, which may not even be true. Are you on? What are you on right now?
I'm trying to go to OK Buddy Retard.
I thought you weren't going to use your internet. Okay. There you go. OK Buddy Retard.
Oh, I'm using it for the podcast, like assistance.
Okay.
What do we got?
So it's too bad we can't show it, what you're looking at.
Oh, we can. I'm just checking it out, giving a little review. Dear Jesus, don't give me my daily bread. I'm doing low carb.
So,
guys, I'm turning 13 tomorrow. What PG-13 rated movie should I watch first? Okay.
It's kind of a Dada absurdist type of thing.
Yeah, like this one. It's got a... Can you see that? You got a Texas burger, but it says, what the fuck? Ohio burger. So yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Oh shit!
Some of it's really funny.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to like talk it down.
I didn't think you were. I was just
funny.
saying some of it's really funny.
Oh, okay. I'm not a Reddit guy. I still haven't gotten into it. This is a fun one. Ben Shapiro finally did it. He destroyed the left wing, and it's got a damn plane crashing with the left wing blown out. Okay, buddy, retard. All right.
Oh, do you want to tell everybody about your mustache? That's some breaking news.
What mustache? Yeah. I got a video coming out soon. Highlighting the COVID beard. I don't currently have the COVID beard because I don't always get to wear the COVID mask. So I trimmed down to the mustache. Once we get out of this whole COVID spell, hopefully this will help me get deported back to Mexico.
You think it looks Mexican?
No, I don't know. I think people often think I look Mexican. And I think this encourages that.
I feel like your mustache is a lot thicker than most Mexican mustaches.
Oh, I know what you mean. But, I don't think people are sitting there like, That's a thicker than Mexican mustache. He's probably not a Mexican.
They're not good at racially profiling.
I can help him out with that. So, speaking of racial profiling, do you want to talk about that right now?
What about that guy getting killed with the cop stepping on his neck or whatever?
Yeah.
Totally fucked up.
Floyd?
I don't know.
Gary Floyd? Greg Floyd?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gary Oldman. It was Gary Oldman. The internet. Floyd. Greg Floyd.
It's crazy. Like I said,
Greg Floyd.
It's weird.
Floyd. Fuck.
Because what is it? Is this like this type of shit is in the news like a lot lately, right? Like it's weird. Like why?
A lot lately. I only know personally that recently that I can remember is Ahmaud Arbery and this Floyd, George Floyd.
Yeah. So, and I'd said like it was so weird because it was like everybody's talking about COVID shit forever, and that was like what everybody was freaking out about. And it seemed like as soon as that shit started to kind of die down, this happened. I'm not saying there's like it's. I don't know, I'm just saying it's weird, but I do think that there is like. I think that a lot of discussion around it seems to be like dividing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, you want to talk about the mayor said?
What did the mayor say?
So I guess that's the thing. I honestly have not watched the entire mayor video. I did see a bit of the video, and he did make a point to say it was a white officer holding down or whatever a black man, and he was clearly like portraying like him being incensed about it. It was very bothersome to him. He was very troubled by the video. Of course, yeah, it's a very troubling video. It definitely sucks, but I think it's troubling also to have to point to the race of the two men. And it's not that their race, it's not that I'm not saying there's not anything about the race that's involved there. But I think we don't have to isolate it to that.
Pointing it out definitely could be like starting some shit though. You know what I'm saying? It could be like definitely like instigating.
Yeah, like why is it oh look, see, white cops hurting black men, white cops killing black men. That's what it is. White cops want to kill black men is the thing. It's like, well, maybe it's so okay. There's only so many times that you can keep saying maybe this guy just fucking sucks. Mm-hmm. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, maybe all these guys suck. But this video, from my opinion, another thing about this video that is important is that there's another cop there, and he is not fucking doing anything about it. I'd say he's even slightly trying to hide it from people videoing the way he's moving his body around sometimes. And this guy, I don't know what the fuck he is, but he looks like some type of Asian. He's not white, he's not going to fall into the white category. Except, whenever you like to split everything into white, black categories, then he'll fall in there. But to me, it's like, well, what about this dude? Why are we saying like this white man pinning down a black man while an Asian man stands by and does nothing? Like, you gotta get all the fucking races there. If it's going to be about race, then what about everybody that's fucking involved in there?
The way I would approach it would be to not just to approach discussing it would be to not bring like race into
of course
at all.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Race it's not fucking about race, but if you're gonna make it about race,
especially not making it the primary thing about it. But you know what, the reason it is the primary thing about it is because that's going to get attention, right?
Yeah.
So it's not I'm not saying that there is some orchestrated effort to start a race war, but that might be an unintended consequence of trying to get ratings. You know what I mean?
Well, it might be an unintended consequence. That's yeah, but I think also. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's trying to start a race war.
Instigating.
It could be
an
unintended consequence, but I think the main thing is that they're using race as something to get them views.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of something that I did that I'm embarrassed about, and like, I think I was in elementary school, either elementary school or like 6th grade. I was younger, but not like a baby. So there was this girl, this white girl who came to school on like Culture Day or whatever, dressed as a geisha in full geisha makeup and everything.
That's homophobic.
And I remember thinking like, man, that's kind of fucked up. This white girl dressed like a geisha, but I didn't really think that. I just thought that it was easy to say that.
It's easy to say that's fucked up?
Yeah, I just thought like, hey, that could be seen as fucked up. And so what I did to approach that was I went up to the Korean kid in class and I said, hey, she's dressed like a geisha. Doesn't that offend you? Aren't you offended by that? And then he was like, no, I'm not offended by that. I'm Korean. Geishas are Japanese. I don't care. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so after that, I went up to this girl and I said, hey, I just talked to Suha over there, and he says that you really offended him by dressing like his culture. Just wanted to let you know.
So you've lived with this guilt for that long, and that's why you got married to a half Korean woman.
But that's basically, yeah. I am embarrassed about that, and it was so stupid. There's no reason for it. Just trying to instigate shit, you know. But that's kind of what this feels like. The media is. But doing.
You were also like in middle school.
Yeah.
These are grown fucking adults with jobs.
Yeah. It kind of feels like what how the media does with these awful, fucked up tragedies that have happened.
Yeah.
And I saw, so one interesting thing, I'd say being racist is like the worst thing you can be socially right now. Like, would you disagree? I think I don't care if you agree.
Socially?
Yes, I'd say being racist right now socially is the worst thing you could consider to be. However, you also need very little support to call somebody racist. So the worst thing that you could possibly be, you can just say somebody is that without having really any evidence. So for example, this video that I saw today, it was on reddit.com/public freakout, and it was called Racist White Man, something like that. Racist White Man calls the police on Black people who are at the gym in his office building. So what happened with the video? This dude was being filmed by these people who were in this gym, and he was like asking them. He was like, "Hey, do you guys work here?" And they're like, "Yeah, we work here." And he's like, "What office do you work in?" And they were like, "We're not gonna tell you." And then he's like, "I'm gonna call the cops on you." And so he called the cops and he said, "These people are here and they don't look like they're supposed to be here." But that was basically the gist of it, right? So, is this guy racist? I don't know. Maybe. But I would say there's not enough evidence there to say one way or another if he was racist or not. I'm not going to comment on whether or not it seemed like they should have been there or not. That doesn't come into it. But the point is, everybody in the comment section is like, "Yeah, that racist fucking piece of shit." You know, the point is that it's socially acceptable to call somebody racist right now, which is the worst thing you could possibly be without evidence for it. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute, being racist isn't the worst thing you could be. Being a pedophile is the worst thing. And I was like, no, you know what? Being a pedophile is not the worst thing, because look at what happened with Joe Biden. Everybody's known he's been a pedophile forever. He's a known pedophile. He's kissing girls in public and stuff, like little girls. I mean, look at the videos. You see him doing that shit. But then he says, have you heard what he said?
What?
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
He said that?
Yeah.
No.
And now he's being crucified and shit for that.
He really fucking said that?
He did say that. He's not. He's fucking idiot. I think he's an idiot.
Well, yeah.
I think he's stupid.
But he really said that?
Yeah.
God damn.
He said it on a podcast.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
He said ain't too. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
That's funny. Goddamn stupid notifications. It says it's full, but what does it matter? It's not like it's actually
just want you
using
to
up
know,
my phone, Dad.
You're a storage notification.
All right. Man, what if we just all accepted we're all racist? What if we just do that? What if we just say, okay, everybody's racist, that's the baseline, let's get over it. We're all racist. Good. So that's the normal way to be? Cool. So if somebody's better than racist, give them some praise. But if the racist, like, oh yeah, because you're a human. Mm-hmm. What if we chose to do that?
Yeah, I think that there has been that like rhetoric.
I was just coming up that.
Like there was that. I never saw the musical. There's some musical. I think it's Avenue Q.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's a little bit
Goo
racist.
was actually Goo and Skeet were in that.
Okay, well,
at college. Yeah,
we got half the cast here with us. Everybody's a little bit racist. Isn't that basically what the idea of that is? It's just like, look, we're all kind of racist. Let's just fucking
yeah. But that, I think, that's like, for some reason that era of theater has kind of like been pushed to the side, and now we go back, and I don't know exactly what Hamilton is all about.
I have no idea.
But that's like the different step of like casting non-white people as white historical people. That's like the new brave thing to do.
That's great. I mean, I think it doesn't really, with a play, I feel like it's like just you already are suspending your disbelief.
Yeah, but they make a point to talk about it. It's like, oh, look at this big thing. This some kind of Hispanic dude. I don't remember what he is. I don't know if he's Colombian.
He's in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, really? Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah, in the second to last season. And he's in Larry David's play.
Oh.
And he changes it around and stuff to make it like Hamilton.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I just think, well, on that, like, we're all racist kind of thing, in a way, we are in terms of like our like tribal roots as humans. Like, tribalism is a real fucking thing that did like help us evolve over time. And so it's not like we just get over tribalism. And tribalism is rooted a lot in differences and noticing differences. Because think about like before, whenever people were in groups together, the groups were smaller, and the groups were families that grew into larger families. Yeah. So they looked pretty much like each other. Mm-hmm. And so whenever you see somebody of a different type, you're like, whoa, who is that? Because there's there's always a danger with a stranger.
You heard it from Andrew Chance.
You never know if that person, like, you don't know their intentions for sure. They're a stranger to your tribe. Your tribe has customs and ways of thinking that you all understand and agree to. Like we have laws now, it's sort of like the extension of that. But they have all, and then there's this other person, you don't know what their customs and culture are. You don't know what their way of going about in the world might be.
You sound like you're reading directly from Mein Kampf.
No, I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm saying that this is something we've got to be aware of.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. You can examine things.
You've got to
like where they come from.
Yeah. And once you know that it's coming from somewhere real, then you can figure out how the fuck to really deal with it, rather than just, well, these people need to be killed. It's like, well, that's another form of fucking tribalism. It's just a different way of doing it, but it's still tribalism. Tribalism is the real fucking problem, not racism. Racism is a form of tribalism, but tribalism is the deeper, overarching fucking problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Setting up into camps against other camps.
Yeah. Well, but I feel like my personal feeling is that race is mostly a social construct, and my view on wait, what was I gonna say? My view on racism.
Tribalism.
I don't know. Race is mostly a social construct. Oh, my definition of racism, like I think there's this conception of it being like, oh, if you're racism, it means you hate this race, and I don't think that's what it is. I think racism is just being overly interested in race as something that really makes a difference. Just like if you're like, let's say I was a communist, that would mean I was like really interested in the idea of a commune and communal government. Ist, what does ist mean? If you're a colorist, it means you really deal with color. You work with color, you know. So I think that's what racism really means.
I think I see what you're saying. I think though, yeah, I think race is mostly a social, cultural like construct in a way that back to the form, like in a way, like tribalism with your family, you have a way of being. And that family spreads, and then that starts another family that has a way of being. There's that part of it for sure, and all of the things that you do.
There's so there are lineages and people of different lineages.
He said, "I'm an idiot." But I think there's also something to be said for like there. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like there's got to be some differences. I was listening to something today talking a little bit about this, in just the fact that certain races of people were separated in different climates and evolved to and adapted for those climates in different ways.
Yeah.
But I don't think it relates to something deep enough to have a solid divide. The thing I was listening to was talking about is it melanin or is melanin?
Yeah.
And about like the ability to absorb vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, that is a fucking difference, you know, but it's also, but it's not like, I don't know.
It's not the, like, so much the core of who you are or whatever.
Yeah. It's like surface thing. It's like evolution takes so fucking long. And the little things that have changed haven't changed.
I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, or is some bullshit. I've heard that genetically, like, there's no such thing as race, and that just people of different races may be more genetically similar than people within a specific race. I don't know if that's true or not, but I used to completely think that race was fake, social construct. I wouldn't even acknowledge it, you know. But I now do think that if something is a strong enough construct, then it means it's true because it's true socially. So it's something there.
Yeah.
Even if it's just because everybody says it's there, it's there. It's like,
well, I would say that's one of the things. So whenever people call it a social construct, they want to make it sound like it's meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say that's probably social construct does not mean it's meaningless. It does not mean that it doesn't have it doesn't hold weight, that it isn't important. So like a social construct is not something that's just like haphazardly just tossed on the table. It's fucking built from a long period of time of things building. Like it's just built not from the biological point of view. I would think it's more like socially, like how's our society? How long has our society been built? You know, there's America, then there's Western society. Like there's like boom, this huge like vast, expanding.
Yeah, like, not only that is if everybody says it's true, then it's true. You know, if everybody says that the Popeyes chicken sandwich is a hot commodity, then it is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's any good or not. If people say that if the drive-in lines are packed and all that shit, then that's the thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think that's a different.
No, I don't think so. I'm saying like it's a social construct is as true as anything else because everybody says it is. Just like it says the Popeye chicken sandwich is so good.
No.
Or like people say that $1 is worth $1.
I understand what you're saying. I just think that social construct is a different idea than I think what you're saying. Well, I don't know which one the word social construct applies to, but I think they're two separate things that are both important, but I think they should have two different names so we can identify which one's happening where. Because everybody agreeing on something is different than something that is actually constructed by being built over time, like societies that are founded on this and on that, like all these layers. Is different than somebody accepting something, than like everybody widely accepting something, and therefore it's true because it's held to be true by the people that exist. You know what I mean? I don't know what
that's
words
something
to
that
delineate,
that's something that I think I disagree on, but I think it's going to take way longer than the 20 something minutes that we have left.
We only have 20 minutes
to go
left?
through with it. Yeah, when did we start? We started at 7:40, didn't we? So we had till 8:40. So yeah. What else do we have?
It's all on my phone, so we're gonna go black for a little while. Had story time.
Cut people off.
Back to stand up.
All right, let's talk about stand up.
WRLP.
Whoa, what happened there?
Whoa, he disappeared.
Yeah, we're back. So, another exciting announcement. Starting this coming Monday, June the 1st, I will be hosting a weekly comedy show at Jimmy Mac's Irish Pub in Marietta.
For the month of June, at least?
At least the month of June.
Sweet.
And that might be one of the first comedy shows ever. I mean, since the lockdown. Might be one of the first. I know there have been others.
Oh, there have been other mics?
Somewhere in the world.
Oh, in the world.
I've heard that
You're talking about Atlanta?
Yeah, I've heard somewhere in Texas they were doing some stuff. And I think in China there's been some.
Jimmy Mac's, the Irish Pub?
Yeah, Jimmy Mac's, the Irish Pub.
In China they did some stand-up mics?
Yep. So I'm on www.reddit.com/standupcomedy. And this one dude, he's in Asia. And I guess he runs an English mic with a bunch of people who speak English in China. I think he's in Asia. China? Somewhere in Asia. I'm thinking it's China for some reason. But they started earlier over there with the whole virus and shit. So
yeah,
they're already to the point where...
That place is really cool.
Yeah,
so it is cool,
isn't it?
Sweet.
It's not the one... I don't know which one there's one that has a similar name that's like downtown Marietta. It's not that one. It's near the Marietta Fish Market. But yeah, so it's, from what I heard, the one in Asia, everybody's wearing masks and shit, and they're just scaling it up. So at first it was only 30 people were allowed in there, and now it's 50 people. And they just give out masks at the door and shit. So I have a feeling this fucking place, Jimmy Mac's, is not gonna be like that tight on restrictions and stuff, because
I was thinking about getting back out there and trying it again.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but the only problem is the state and actually the nation won't allow me to, if there's any women in the audience, because once I walk in it turns right into a wet market. Yeah, I gotta work on that. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. Do you think there's anything good there?
I like it.
Wherever I go, man, there's a fucking wet market.
A wet market. Something in the word market. I don't know. What else you want to talk about? What the coming of stand up again? You're not doing
relapse? No,
improv
not right
at
now.
all for a while, right?
No, I think they're just being a bunch of pussies. Not really. There's a mix of who wants to do it and who doesn't. I think Bob's out because his family situation, old parent, immune disorder wife, little kids, that kind of, and he's a smoker, so there's all that. But I don't know. I've been meeting with some of the guys who've been working on something. Frank's working on this episodic script idea that Jason and I've just been meeting with him and just giving him ideas, critiques, pointers, things like that. And they've talked about meeting and just having us improv again because we were doing like little improv competition things.
Mhm.
And we were about to do another one until all this shit happened.
Mhm.
We're about to do one that was at the Village. So we're thinking about just meeting up and doing some of that improv. But I don't know. Now I'm thinking too that I'm just not doing anything right now. When Six Flags even, I saw they are going to try to, well, they got plans in place to reopen, but they've yet to get a reopen date. So I don't know. I'm itching to just do some kind of performance. I've been fucking like videoing myself in the backyard. I forgot to show you the thing. I finished basically the Andrew verses. I gotta probably get some more B-roll and shit, but yeah, I just built like some stairs in the backyard, going down a little creek back there. But yeah, I've been videoing myself trying to do anything that's not binding stupid fucking books.
So that's what you've been doing for like a living most of the time?
Yeah.
So you think that's stupid? Why is it stupid?
It's just it should be done by a fucking machine. Like everything I'm doing, I think about every like little process. They're like a fucking machine should be doing this. Like, why am I doing this? Why it's like I don't know. So they pay they start out paying $10 an hour, and I got a raise, so I'm getting $10.50 now.
Nice.
But these motherfuckers. So yeah, okay. The boss. The manager, not the boss, the owner is like almost never there. I think he's like terrified of the virus or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
The manager is like, I'm pretty sure he's an alcoholic. He might be doing other drugs like crack. I've heard people talk about him doing crack, and he has prolonged periods where he disappears into the bathroom. And just like he's in there for a while, and then he's got like I don't know. Whenever he comes out, he's got this different like thing about him. Like he wants to rush, and he's just focused on like
he just took a big dump.
yeah, big dump. So that he could push some crack rock into his butt cheeks. But the machine. Oh yeah. It basically needs to be done by a machine, and the whole place is just such a fucking mess. It's this hugely like disordered place that if it were to be ordered, things could work better and faster and more efficient. People would be happier to be there because it wouldn't just feel like you're in the middle of somebody's, I don't know, fucking laundry pile. It's just a mess. But I think that maybe the owner just doesn't have the foresight to be like, you know what? I'm going to drop like $50,000 on a fucking machine right now. But, but 5 years from now, I'm going to be making a lot of money and I'm never going to have to pay an employee other than like one or two people to watch the machines and fix them,
So this guy being fucking idiot is holding automation.
Or I wonder sometimes
unemployment or whatever you call it.
Maybe I don't know. I wonder sometimes if he holds the job just to keep the manager employed because he's like his friend, and he was like, "Oh, this fucked up guy's not gonna be able to get a job doing anything else. He spends all of his time doing drugs. I'll let him have this job where he can do drugs all day."
Like we got a comment. You sound like prime management material.
I do not want to fucking manage that place. That's what I keep getting these thoughts of like, man, if I could just clean this place up, I should like try to ask. I'm like, no, I don't want to be the manager of this fucking place. Like that's what my mind wants to do. It wants to clean the place up. And I'm like, no, this is not the life you want to live. You don't want to fall down this path. You can go down that if you want to, but you don't fucking want to do that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just so much like I just want to stop everything and be like, hey, asshole, let me clean the fucking place up. Like, let's stop all this production. Sure, we need to get the books out, but why don't you get your ass off the desk? He spends a lot of time just like with his head down on his desk. He's just fucking passed out probably because he went on a bender the night before.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's a fucking mess.
You should do it one day.
Do what? Hey,
fucking
Matt Wheeler.
assholes. Matt Wheeler.
Yeah. Hey, fucking asshole. I think
They could do it on your last day, maybe.
I think I think he likes me. For some reason, he's taken a liking to me. I think that's why he gave me a raise. He gives me more hours than he's given everybody else. And that's the thing. I'm like, God damn it, I don't want these hours. But I think he likes me, and I don't think there's any reason for him to.
You probably just like act really like meek and respectful and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I am doing because I'm like, I just want to come in, do the job, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But he also, like other people, will be more likely to kind of get snappy at him if he says they did something wrong. And it's because he doesn't fucking tell people what to do.
Fuck those hours?
Fuck those hours.
What hours?
Working hours, I guess? I don't know, I think.
Oh, he said you get extra hours. You're like, fuck those hours, man.
Oh, yeah, the extras. Yeah, fuck them. I mean, I'm to the point now where it's like, I don't want them. And I know whenever I'm not doing the normal amount of hours, he's more like bummed out because he's got to find somebody to cover and shit. Yeah. But then, I got to keep reminding myself that fuck it, that's his job to find somebody to cover it.
What's the job again?
Oh, it's binding books. It's so stupid.
Talk about what kind of books they are, though.
Man, it's just stupid. They're like, so it's old books. The book doesn't matter. The content of the book doesn't matter.
They're ornamental, right?
Yeah, they're ornamental, the decorative shit. It's like they just stack together and like there's like quotes. Like what is it? I'm always fucking biting the quotes. I can't remember any of the quotes. There was one.
It's like something that somebody's mom would have on their.
Paris is always a good idea. Audrey Hepburn. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or like act like Audrey, live like Chanel. I don't know. Dress like Chanel.
Who's that?
Dress like Chanel.
Coco Chanel?
Yeah.
The only difference between whores and hours is the W.
Is the woo? Is that what it is? Is the woo?
Is that what you do when you're fucking some whore? You're like, woo!
No, that's whenever I get off work and I'm going to fucking whore. That's what I do. Woo! But yeah, it's artsy books. Like other shit is just like like crocodile skin too. They do shit like that mixed with other things. Yeah, that's it. Just binding down books and then paging them with like maps, or just black, or like fancy script pages, shit like that. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yep.
But yeah, that job is fucking stupid. I don't know. But the thing is, for so long, I've always thought, I was like, man, if I could just have a job where I just like am like assembly line style, I just use my hands all day because I like working with my hands, like because I do that with the Six Flags job often. And I thought, like, yeah, I could totally fucking do that, making some money like that. I could work in a factory or whatever. And then now that I'm doing it, I was like, no, this is fucking retarded. I do the same goddamn thing over and over and over again. Like, fuck it. With Six Flags, the stuff I'm working with my hands is like I'm creating different shit. I'm coming up with ideas.
Yeah. You thought you were going to be like Laverne and Shirley,
I didn't really watch
line, putting the glove on the bottle. It makes me feel better to hear that you hate your job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what whenever so Goo's going to be on the podcast soon. Or Garrett Carpenter will be on the podcast soon. And I said one of the things we could talk about is like how much he hates his job, because it's interesting hearing him talk about it. And then I said, like, maybe we could talk about your gout too if you want. He was like, I don't know what to talk about. I was like, well, we can talk about these things. And he was like, I think that's funny that the only things you want to talk about is stuff that makes me miserable.
We can talk about your gout. What the fucking shit is?
Well, man, I think it's fucking interesting. Like, because I don't know.
What does that say? Fuck. What is that?
Fuck Hosen. Fuck Hosenpfeffer Incorporated? I don't know.
Is that where you work? Matt Wheeler?
Oh, maybe that is where he is.
He's naming his fucking shit.
What?
His
him? Yeah.
Place of employment.
But no, I think gout's fucking interesting because it's also known as the king's disease.
Yeah.
So it's like because kings used to fucking get it because they're the only ones that could live the life to get gout, which is pretty cool. But now it's like it's more common. We're all kings.
LNS. I don't know what LNS is. LNS reference.
Life and Laverne and Shirley.
Shamil,
Nice.
Shemazel. There
He
you go.
knows that.
Call back to the thing I was talking about.
Also, have you seen the movie The Favorite? Came out like a year or two ago.
It was about the
queen?
Yeah, I saw that.
The lesbian queen?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but she had gout.
Oh, is that what she had? I knew she had something wrong with her.
Yeah, she had gout.
Okay.
And that's what watching that movie, because Goo would tell me about stuff was going on with them. I never really understood. I never really got what was happening. And then whenever I saw that movie, I was like, oh fuck. That looks like it sucks. And I really finally got it.
I don't really remember. I don't remember what her symptoms were.
She was just in terrible fucking
writhing
pain.
in pain a lot, right?
Yeah. But she kept eating all this cake because she didn't know what the hell was happening to her.
Yeah.
And it was but yeah, just watching her. That was. I really liked that movie. The acting in that movie is fucking excellent.
And then she went on to play Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're like, we just got it. She's a queen person. We just make her play all the queens.
She's a queen person.
Dude, I saw this one documentary, or a piece of the documentary, where this guy said that we went to the royal lineage of England or whatever the fuck, Great Britain. I don't even know how that shit works. But he said he thought that this one king was illegitimate. And so he retraced the lineage to the person that he thought should actually be the king. And he went to the person's house and he's like, hey, guess what? You are the rightful king of England.
He did that?
Yeah.
Recently?
Like 10 years ago, probably.
10 years ago? Okay. Yeah. And what the guy said?
He's like, oh, man. He's like, well, I knew I had this royal lineage, but I didn't think much of it. And they compared their family tree that he had with the family tree that the historian who was doing the documentary had. And so supposedly, if you buy into the fact that I won't need to go back and watch the whole documentary, that one king was illegitimate, then that guy fucking is the king of England. He's just some dude living in a little house somewhere.
Oh, the other guy was illegitimate son?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the detail is of why he was illegitimate. They were saying he was not the legitimate king.
Okay.
Because it has to be.
But so the other one, so at least the lineage traces back to the person in his family is somehow was the son of the king at the time. He was just like a lower son, like a second or third son, one that doesn't get the whole kingdom.
I don't know.
I mean, he's got to be a son, though.
He somehow, when it comes to lineage and shit, like you can trace the king through lineage. Who should be the king?
Yeah. But he's got to have that means that he's got to have
he was farther back in the tree. You got to look at so there's a tree of kings, and then who depending on the rules, the eldest son is going to be the king. And then if he doesn't have any sons, then it goes to this person, this cousin's son or whatever. You have to look at it like that. You have to calculate it out, basically, looking at the family tree.
Oh, okay.
But that guy was part of that royal family, basically.
How did he end up with just totally nothing left? How did he not end up still rich?
Because he wasn't. Nobody in his family ever got to be the king or whatever.
Well, did they just keep getting filtered out?
I don't know exactly how it works. You gotta go back and watch the documentary. What's it called? I don't know. Figure it out.
Got you, motherfucker. I made all this up. I'm just gonna make the documentary. I'm gonna make the documentary about finding out what documentary you're talking about, and then I'm gonna go to the guy and be like, "Guess what? You're the documentary dude." He'd be like, "Yeah, no, I made it."
Oh, and then I saw this other video, and it was talking about what if George Washington was actually a king,
the king of queens.
Yeah, that's just a documentary starring Kevin James.
That sounds like a fucking king. Kevin James.
Yeah, he was the there's a TV show called The King of Queens.
No, I know.
Kevin.
I'm just saying that sounds like a real king.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well, maybe not Kevin. King Kevin. Oh no, we left the king alone in the castle. Like Home Alone.
Yeah. So what if George Washington was king and not president, and you were to trace the kings down through his family's whatever? Who would be the king today? Right. I saw a video about that.
Oh, okay.
If it were like that, like you were to
so who is
appoint the king. So there's 3 different possibilities. And the first possibility
is this guy. This is the king of the United States.
Do you think he's got the better shot? The first possibility.
Oh, what was it there? Just
it's another feed we're doing where it's slower. The first possibility was Robert E. Lee II.
Really?
Yep. Robert E. Lee, the grandson of this Confederate general.
Robert E. Lee the second?
Or the second, I think.
He's alive?
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't he be the third? Okay.
Maybe the third.
The third, yeah, the third could be alive.
Denzel Washington. Yeah, he would have traced his family lineage all the way down to Denzel.
I can't believe I just got that. Like, why Denzel?
Actually, yeah, it took me a second too. I don't know. Robert E. Lee, the second or third or whatever, potentially could be the king of the United States.
What was his middle name? Edward?
I don't fucking know.
Earl?
I don't know that much about Confederate generals. I'm not like
because it didn't exist.
Like a reenactor.
Just like Confederate Avenue no longer exists as a street near me, it's now United Avenue, and therefore there never was really Confederate States of America. It was just the United States of America versus the United States of America.
Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because at first when people are talking about, they're taking down the fucking statues. Like, my first reaction was like, well, why would you want to, even if something is negative, why do you want to take it down? I mean, that still was around, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, the more and more I've learned about it, I've learned that the narrative has been changed throughout like history and shit, like through Reconstruction and shit. Like a lot of those fucking statues and shit supposedly went up like way after the fucking Civil War.
I've heard about that
thing and shit. It's like, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe it's
for me, like, so part of it, I have a strong urge to, if something's old, let's hold on to it because I think it's fucking cool that it's old.
If it really is old.
Yeah, but no, I think that's still old. It's older than me. Like, it's like, whenever I see old houses and they're like falling apart and shit, and then people come and like tear it down and put like a condo, I'm like, fuck, I like that old house. It's like, nobody's using that thing. There's no purpose to it, but for so long, it mattered to me to keep that. Or like, you gotta at least like hold on to the structure. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know. Now I'm getting to a point where I'm like, what the hell? I think I'm just nostalgic. I think I just like that kind of shit, but honestly, thinking logically about it, why the fuck keep some of that shit? like clearly the abandoned buildings, like talking about that shit, like some of that shit, like it's all fallen down and broken. It's probably better to just take it completely out. You probably can't even keep the
it will eventually fall all
exactly. It all will, no matter what. And so, like, I think that's like one of those things I have to urge. Oh, it's old though, but it's old. And it's one of those things just like, it doesn't matter that it's old, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Things got to be gotten rid of. I think the biggest problem is make sure the thing you put in place is sturdy and decent and not just another fucking thing for you to tear down. Of course, everything will eventually fall down, but the goal is to try to make it better. So that's what I think bothers me too, is whenever you take down an old thing and then you put up an obviously shitty fucking building or apartment.
Speaking of like retconning history, like maybe they did with all
retconning.
Yeah, you know what retconning is? No. So that's when you take a
retro construction.
I think so. When you take a storyline and you change something that was already established in the past for that story. So, for example, an example of that would be in Star Wars when something was supposed to be one way and they came back and undid it.
Like when they changed Hayden Christensen, put him on there?
Yeah, that'd be kind of an example. right?
Yeah.
It doesn't
I guess
necessarily
it's not
change the
changing the story.
storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but there is examples of changing storyline.
But even just adding the prequel changes the storyline.
Kind of. So a good example would be Dragon Ball Z, where at first the character, the villain Piccolo, was basically the devil. And then they went back and they changed him to be an alien. But there was so much that you have to ignore that happened when he was supposed to be a devil.
Okay.
That him being an alien, it had to have been a change in the storyline.
Gotcha.
So that's a good example. So that potentially history could have been retconned with like fucking Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and all that shit. By the way, I was in Gainesville the other day, and I had to take a street called Jim Crow Street. Isn't that weird?
Well, Jim Crow, it was an actual person, right?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's all bullshit.
I have no idea. I don't know history. But what point was I making there?
That you're racist. That was right. Bring it back full circle.
Denzel Washington is what?
The devil alien King POTUS.
What the fuck is that a reference I don't get?
No, I don't get it. The devil alien King POTUS.
POTUS, president of the United States.
Yeah.
Oh, putting all the comments together into one.
More like pussy of the United States. Can't wait till we get a woman president. Then I can say it all the time.
Don't you guys want a woman to be president?
Well, I guess we got a penis of the United States.
I think we're getting close to the hour point.
I think women would be a lot better at sending me a stimulus check.
You haven't got your Obama money yet?
No, I got my money.
Okay.
I was just thinking about a woman president stimulating the economy. I think she'd start from the bottom and wiggle her way on up.
Yep. All right.
Look, it's telling us that we're running out of time.
In 2 minutes. All right,
try to get caught up. Only if she's hot. He said try to get caught up. That's what it was. A combination of everything. Yep. All right. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining.
Closing remaining.
All right. We just have 5 more topics to get to. So here we go.
Come to Jimmy Mac.
Wait, Obama's a woman? Maybe now. I don't.
Who knows, man?
Depends on the day.
Both of the Wachowski brothers are now sisters.
Both of them?
Both of them.
What?
It's weird because you know what? One of them changed into a sister, and then it was a good while. You only heard about her for a while, and then all of a sudden the other one changed, and now you hear about her too.
I haven't heard about either of them until.
Maybe that's a topic.
I heard about the one from before. Yeah.
Next time we'll talk about the Wachowski sisters.
They entered the Matrix, and they
entered the Gaytrix. Not transphobic. Okay.
I know Kung Flu. Show me.
I want to see I'm trying to think about like a joke about like people who are so conservative and anti-mask. Like, I ain't afraid of germs. Check out this. I'm gonna make out with that guy over there. I ain't no pussy. All right. You have anything else to say in the next 30 seconds?
Nah, man. Just check back in. We'll be doing this again next week. Have some other topics. And the week after that, we got Jay Ward.
Check in for Jay Ward on 610.
Yep.
That was a good place to end it.
It just ended. Sweet. How did it time up so well?
I don't know. All right, everybody.
Jay Ward.
Check in next time. Same Smartarded time.
We're going to check you into the Jay Ward asylum.
We're going to grab life by the pussy. Oh,
Jay Ward.
All right. And so it was television for